good afternoon, good evening, and good morning right here from good old Phoenix Raceway, the legacy racetrack with the Whelen Modified Series. We are broadcasting live for the virtual race right here, 60 laps in the DSR Whelen Modified, brought to you, of course and always, by INNOVOX. Getting some things together real quick as qualifying is just finished up. Everybody's getting ready to start gridding. INNOVOX Solutions is a developer and distributor of superior oxidative disinfecting solutions for use in both the home and workplace. INNOVOX's goal is to provide products that quickly eliminate bacteria, viruses, mold, and mildew odors and allergens from environments that could potentially cause health threats without exposing users to harsh chemicals or harmful residue. Find out more information about it, go to INNOVOXsolutions.com. That's INNOVOX Solutions. As everybody starts gridding right here at Virtual Phoenix, you're going to see a fantastic race. First of the series. This is a practice session for them as their season is about to get underway. A lot of new seasons coming up on iRacing. Of course, go to iRacing.com to find out all of the information about how to get started with iRacing and get yourself some vehicles and get out on the track, and maybe you can be on the next one of our next broadcasts. This is Jason with Signature Media and Signature TV Live. We are broadcasting for the DSR Whelen Modified Series. Our Whelen Modified Tour, we've got a mid-steel chassis on these fantastic 4-barrel carbureted engine vehicles. Wide wheelbase of 107 inches and a ride height of 43 inches. Top speed of these bad boys, they go 180 miles an hour. You might not see those kinds of speeds right here on this track, but Phoenix is a old Phoenix, or the legacy Phoenix in the iRacing platform, is more of a flatter track, so you may not see those, but we're still going to have a lot of fun and get everybody up here. Cautions are in effect. A little bit about our starting grid. 14 drivers today. Levi Cox is going to be our pole sitter. He's going to start on the inside with Matt Lovett, the number 3 on the outside there. Run through it really quickly as Curtis Granger in the 77 is going to be your inside second row. Rodney Matney in the 13. Outside there's row 3, Chris Andretta in the 25. Ruben Altice in the 59. Row 4, Thomas Rule in the 00. George Jackson in the number 7. Row 5, Donald Wooten in the number 4 as well. Corey Dawson in the number 2. Row 6, Ryan Kelly in the number 15. And that's what it looks like for right now. As lights on the pace car off, we're going to go green flag racing in just a minute from virtual Legacy Phoenix, the 2008 edition. As we get rid of that starting grid, pace track is off. And we're about to go green flag racing right here. As a good start for everybody. As you see a little bit of my desktop there's the number 14. It gets out wide. Nice early jump. See, comes down to the rumble strip there in turn 1 on the back triangle. Coming into turn 3, 14. Nice commanding lead over the 3 of Matt Lovett and Granger right behind him. Long look at the track as they come around turn 1. Everybody nice and easy, 2x2 back there for 7th place. As Jackson takes that position away from Rule in the 00. Still leading the race, Cox in the 14. Top three lines out. Lovett in second place. Granger in third. Matney in fourth in the number 13. And Andretta in the number 25, sitting there in fifth spot. 60 laps to go. We've got lap 3 complete. We are on lap 3 right now as everybody hits the back stretch. As number 3 of Lovett tries to go high outside, trying to get an extra little bit of speed. But that low line working just a little bit there for Cox in that number 14. Good racing going so far. Everything running smooth. Having to brake and check up just a little bit as they enter the backside of turn 3. Hear the brakes as they come down to the early side of 4, hitting the front straightaway. And a good little, there's a good little cat mouse going on there for first and second, but you can't count out Granger, the number 77. He is right there on the tail. If somebody makes a mistake, he looks like he's ready to make the move as they drive low into the lower third of turn 3 and 4, coming to the front stretch. And we are under caution. We are going to take a look at what happened there as we, looks like we had Corey Doss go off the track just a little bit there. So let's take a look at what happened as Corey Doss kind of got hit there, looks like by the number 12. And they are going to be on pit road here very shortly as we jump back to our live view. You see Corey Doss heading to pit road right there. Let's catch back up with our leader, and as there was a nice jump out there, a lot of comfortable racing. I don't know what happened back there with that collision, but looked like the number 12 kind of either got loose or kind of drove straight. So still a lot of laps to go. Get some repairs done and get back out on the track right here with the INNOVOX Whelen Modified Series, the DSR Whelen Modified Series. You're going to see these vehicles, these later versions of these earlier versions of this vehicle for about 90 to 95% of the races here in the series, and then they're going to go to the Gen 6 version for a couple of them. These things, you can see them drive on pavement, they drive on dirt, they drive kind of just everywhere. As the 14 looks like he's trying to clean his tires off there just a little bit. A lot of fun being able to broadcast with all of these fine folks. And I, of course, appreciate everybody out there watching on our platforms. Hey, Don, how's it going, buddy, out there? And Go-Kart Kid, I appreciate you as well. Thank you guys for watching on all of our streams. We've got Twitch. If you go to twitch.tv/JLFollow, you're going to find my channel there. There's a big donate button on the bottom. If you could do that, we donate a lot of our funds to some of the good causes around my neck of the woods. And if you have a neck of the woods that you want me to look into, by all means, send me a message. And then, of course, on YouTube under Signature TV, Signature Media, just search that up. You're going to watch all the iRacing streams that I do. And then, of course, follow this group on Facebook. All you have to do is look up DSR Whelen Modified iRacing, and then click join that group, and you'll be able to see all the races. As now, of course, the pace car hits pit road. We are back to green flag racing one more time. A big jump for the 14 as Cox takes a commanding lead on that first lap. Got some relatives that aren't matching up, but at least everything is working for us. We're back to caution one more time. Someone must have spun out there. I didn't get the chance to see it. Caution wave, caution flag is waving. Let's get back. It looks like Jackson is one of the culprits there, as we've got Jackson and the 4. They kind of touch each other there. A little hard racing going on, and the number 7 hits the wall, and of course Newbrock gets up into the upper wall. Now they've got to come back around, and they're going to back to green flag racing here just shortly. Going to get some repairs and get everything fixed up as we go back to our leader once again, the number 14. Let's see if we have an opportunity to dial up our leader as we pull up our little channel to do that. As our race leader likes to get out there and jump ahead, pull ahead very well. Mr. Cox, how are you guys doing out there?
You talking to me?
I'm talking to Cody Cox right now. I was checking up on you. This is Jason over here. You're sitting back there in 10th place. And it looks like your teammates up there in the front row. How are you going to catch up to them?
I just got to be patient and take my time and try to strategically move up through the field here. I got a little impatient earlier and spun and took out my buddy Corey. Just a little time and patience.
Time and patience is all you need. We've still got looks like 49 laps still left to go here. So, well, good luck to you. And we're watching and rooting you guys on. Keep it straight and steady.
10-4, appreciate it.
All right, that was Cody Cox right there, one of the teammates of our race leader. We didn't have the opportunity to talk to him right there, so we want to make sure that we go ahead and give the acknowledgement that at least we can chit-chat with somebody on the racetrack as they are getting ready to go. Sitting back in 10th place, looking to take a little ride to the front. We're going to go back and right along with him in just a moment when we get back to green flag racing very shortly. There is our number 10th driver right there as Cody Cox sits back there ready to go green here in just a moment. While you're sitting there and you're waiting for the exciting green flag racing for the INNOVOX DSR Whelen Modified Series to get going again right here for the next 48 laps as they complete lap 13 under caution. Click the like and subscribe button whenever you're there on YouTube. Like and share us on Facebook, and of course follow us on Twitch and all the extra sharing platforms out there. Anything that you can do to help support the cause. We are ever growing and becoming one of the premier broadcast stations for iRacing leagues. We've got 500 belts right now. We're looking to add more, of course, and always. So, but the Whelen Modified Series, the new exciting series for me this week. So it's going to be a great thing. Pace car is off, and we are back to green flag racing once again, as not quite a big jump right there for the 14 as everybody kind of falls in line with them. 3 running high with them of Lovett and having to settle for a little loss of speed as they go high on that outside corner. The 14 pulling away quite nicely as they hit the back D curve. The number 3, though, is gaining some ground on that lower line. The 14 carrying speed up to the high line, onto the front stretch, out of turn 1 as the 3 kind of almost gets into the, looks like the 13 right there of Matney. Almost takes the nose off of him, but clean, patient driving for everybody as they are getting ready to complete lap 15 with the 14 leading into turn 3. Out of turn 4 to the front stretch. The 77 trying to gain some high ground back there over the 13. kind of bumping wheels just a little bit. Let's take a look at what's going on back there. Maybe we'll just go ahead and ride around with him for just a little bit. This is the view from the 77, trying to gain some ground, but we were back under caution once again. We are going to finish some caution laps with some of this practice as they get used to everything going forward. We appreciate everybody still sticking through and watching the wonderful racing. Someone said Denny Hamlin is in the chat. Well, I would hope so. Denny Hamlin, if you're out there listening, I appreciate you, my friend. You're a wonderful driver, and we want to make sure that things keep going well. So, Denny, if you are out there, by all means, give me a like and subscribe and share this stuff all over your Twitter. I appreciate it. All right. Let's take a look at what happened just a moment ago while we are waiting. Looks like caution lap waved, but there was no... Well, guys, I thought I had a replay here, but apparently I don't have a replay for it. So I apologize about not having that. Let's go back to where we're sitting with our field. As you see the pace car on the back dog leg of Legacy Phoenix. Now, Legacy Phoenix, when they rebuilt Phoenix, they got rid of that back dog leg, and it's now a straightaway, and then it's a big, giant... it's a D-shaped track now for what they run currently, so you're seeing some racing that hasn't happened like that in a while. Great track, a lot of hard-fought races have been done here. Some of the best have won and lost and wrecked and crashed and spent a lot of money on it, but great little racetrack as they continue to go. So pace cars got everybody going through turn one, starting lap 19 of 60. With when we go back to green flag racing, I do believe we're going to be pretty close to .39 laps to go when we go back to green flag racing. We appreciate everybody out there still watching with all of our great... I'm checking messages. You guys are going nuts right there. I appreciate it. Trying to read and watch at the same time. So, yeah, we appreciate everybody out there watching, and a lot of things are moving and shaking for us. We are quickly becoming one of the #1 streamed platforms right here. So the pace lights are off on the pace car. The good old caution lights that they flash on that Ford Mustang driving around up front. And we're going to go back to green flag racing with 40 laps to go in just a moment, as the pace car leads everybody 2 by 2 on the back stretch. Coming around the dog leg, hitting the second back stretch straightaway. And of course, and always, thank you to everybody out there with the Whelen Modified series right here with DSR. They are going to have a long season, but a lot of money on the line for this series. And when we get to our season in the upcoming week, as the pace car hits pit road and we get ready to go back to green flag racing, we will have more details about what these guys are actually racing for, and what they get if they win as the 14 goes up high and tries to extend that front lead, carrying himself high speed up into the mid upper third, hitting the high end of the dog leg, and carrying a lot of speed all the way down into turn 3, but running that middle line as the 3 has a little bit better angle, catching a lot of speed coming out of turn 4, crossing the start-finish line as the 14 leads another lap right here at Legacy Virtual Phoenix. But the 3 getting a nice run as it seems like the tires might have worn a little bit as you see a little bumping and scraping as they hit the wall in the backstretch. They tire rubbed the wall on the backstretch. They didn't hit anything. 77 trying to make a move on the 13 up high as they come to the front stretch. Great racing so far as we are 22 laps in the books. 14 with a slight advantage over the 3 of Lovett. Get our timing screen up here and we will see kind of how things are moving and shaking for everybody. As you are seeing quite a race going on right here. A little wascally as I try to speak. I'll give you a few little rundown of everything that's going on. As our relatives are just a little bit off, I'm gonna bring up another screen for you so you can see what's going on. We were back under caution one more time right here from Legacy Phoenix Raceway. As I'm just going to go ahead and do this for you so that way you can see what is going on with our leaders. And everybody will be able to keep up as for some reason my text overlay shows position, but it's not showing the correct distances, so I'll have to work on that and fix that. It normally works, but right now it's not doing it. So everybody's hitting pit road right now. Our leader Cox is out there. Levi Cox gonna take some tires, get some fuel, as you see his pit crew. All the pit crews out there waiting for everybody. Appreciate you for out there watching as well. All the influence in the world is every driver that's out here. So our race off pit road will start in just a little bit. As looks like we had somebody just take 2 tires right there. So we'll see how everything shakes out as everybody clears pit road. The 3 out ahead. 14 not quite making it, having a long pit stop there. So we'll see how everything shakes up. Let's catch back up to who our race leader is going to be whenever we get back around. Big long stretch. We are back to the pace car as the 13 of Rodney Matney is now your race leader. Won the race off pit road. I take that back. Matney didn't pit yet, so the first car off of pit road was Thomas Rule back there in the 00. So as we look at relatives, everything is back underway here very shortly. Let's take a look at what Matney's going to see whenever he goes back to Green Flag Racing. A little bit from the behind and how those cars stack up and look. Very clean track. As looks like we had just a little bit of a glitching issue there. One of our drivers is kind of lagging a little bit. Catch up with Rule over there on the outside. It's going to be running second place. As we are 2x2 getting ready for the restart right here at Legacy Phoenix. When we get back to green flag racing, we will have 32 laps to go with the pace lights off. That's a side-by-side first and second right there. You see how that 13 wants that little bit of edge on that inside line. We will see what happens very shortly if some of those old tires are going to do him some justice, or if that's going to cost him in the long run. Pace car is off. You're going to see it right here from their point of view as the 13 takes off. Goodness gracious, what a lead right there. We'll get back to what it looks like from his point of view as the 00 gets kind of a slow start off. We're 2x2 racing from 6 on the back as those fresh tires are going to have to wear in. Hopefully everybody can hold their line and keep it out of the wall as they continue to go. The 2 and 3 battling back there in 4th and 5th as our leader Matney up there is leading with a cause. Old tires didn't do anything wrong for them as we have a big wreck right there in the backstretch. Cody Cox right there, guy we spoke to just a little bit ago. A little bit about that. Take a look at that. That was a heck of a wreck as everybody is trying to get themselves straight back to pit road as we are under caution once again right here from Legacy Phoenix Raceway. Some blown engines, all kinds of stuff. Go back to our leader and catch back up with them as we're about to go back live. Take a look at our caution summary real quick. 5 cautions for 15 laps from Phoenix with 3 lead changes. The fastest lap of the race, 27.988. And of course, brought to you by iVog, themes for all of your iRacing streaming needs. It is one of the guys I work with and try to build some extra themes. I'm using the Fox theme for those who have asked, or I've been asked what theme I'm using. I'm using the Fox 2015 theme right here that I've kind of edited a little bit and made it my own. And I want to thank all the people out there that have come before me and written the software to do all of this. I am now in the midst of writing what I consider to be my own personal and better software for the streaming platforms. Going to create some new overlays for all of the new leagues. Each one's going to have their own set, and man, these wheelie modifieds, they just go super fast. Amazing little pieces right there. Let's see if we can dial up our race leader before we go back to green. So Mr. Rule has been is now our race leader up there in that 00. Tom, how are you doing out there? How are you going to hold that line and keep everybody off of you? Tom Rule, this is Jason at the broadcast booth. You got me out there?
Oh, yeah, got you.
Hey, man, you're holding that line pretty well out there. You going to be able to hold them off and go green flag racing all the way?
Hopefully we can just stay green for a while, and we'll see what happens. I know Matt in practice was pretty fast. We were necking.
Yeah, I did watch some of the relatives there whenever you guys were in practice, and you guys are pretty much even keel. And you guys are running similar lap times right now, too, so it's going to be encouraging to see what you guys do for the rest of the race. Tom Rule right there, getting ready to go back to green flag racing. We'll let him get back to it as the pace car shuts the lights off. We are back to 2x2 as Mr. Rule runs on the inside line. He's going to have the 15 on the outside of Kelly, and then Lovett right behind him in that number 3. Granger in the 77 outside on the 4, and of course, and always, Koidas, our leader, companion, guy who runs the league in 5th place in that number 2 on the inside line. So as the pace car comes around turn 4, you're going to see him dive off into pit road right here, and we're going to go back to green flag racing as the 00 gets his jump outside or on the inside line. That number 15 is going to try to hug the middle 3rd line, cut right down in front of Lovett in the 3. But going to carry some speed in that high line as the 00 slow to the punch, not carrying the speed that he wanted to into the middle back line as the 15 slides in front of the 00. The 3 of Lovett, of Matt Lovett, right there on the high line with the 77 right behind him. 13, the 00 not being able to catch back up to the 15. Now the 15 leads laps 35. Whoa, gets a little loose. No caution, but still continuing to run forward as Kelly loses the lead right there. As our race leader now is a battle between the 00 and the 14 of Levi Cox. Thomas Rule out there in that 00, that's who we were just talking to. He's going to take that high line and try to hold off the 14, carry that extra speed on the straightaways, and try to beat him. As a little side draft goes, and the 14 is going to carry a little bit more speed, a little bit fresher tires on the run right there. Carrying a very low line and touching the white paint, getting a little loose coming out of the corner of turn 2, allowing the 00 to get right back on the bumper as the 77 and the 3 of Matt Lovett fight for 3rd and 4th right behind our race leaders. The 3 of Matt Lovett sliding right up in front of the 77 of Granger, Curtis Granger back there doing a fantastic job of continuing to put some pressure on the top 3, staying around 3rd, 4th, and 5th. His highest position was 2nd for just a little bit. Good race so far, lap 39 complete. Right here at Legacy Phoenix. The DSR Whelen Modified Series right here with their first official practice race right before we get the season started as the 14 of Levi Cox comes up, touches the wall just a little bit, and now you can really start to see those tires wear, and you're going to see who's going to be able to hold their line the longest as the 3 of Lovett tries to go inside of the 00, Tom Rule. They were even in practice, like like Tom was talking about in the little interview we did before we went back to green flag racing. The tires fall off here. This car not only becomes really tight on this little short mile track, or mile and a half track, but they also just start sliding everywhere. So it's like being on glass and like putting an ice skate with no steering direction right on a piece of glass. So that's how it works right now. And you see the relative on the bottom left of your screen, half a second lead from Levi Cox to Matt Lovett as they continue to go green flag racing with on lap 42 of 60. Nice little green flag run. Our little sideways as the 14 loses it, almost nails some traffic but good collection. You see those tires starting to fall off, losing all that speed and all that direction. Caution waves. We're going to check and see what that caution was on, but there was nothing there to show any contact as we were following the 14. Kind of losing his direction just a little bit there. Caution waves on lap 43. We're going to go back and take a look as Wooten gets around just a little bit. I do have the opportunity to back that up a little bit, so we're going to take a look and see what happened here. As Wooten kind of looks like he just got loose there. That's why I like these replay functions now, as before I didn't have it. So it kind of just gets a little bit loose and spins it out right there. He couldn't pull a Levi Cox and straighten it back up. So we're going to go back to our race leader as we are completing lap 45 under caution currently. 13 gets the lucky dog and drives around. That puts the 54 of Cody Cox 1 lap down. As the first car 1 lap down. So everybody's on currently everybody but Cody Cox and the number 7 of George Jackson on the lead lap. 11 cars on the lead lap, and still a shootout to the end with these cars as the 3 of Matt Levitt is back in the lead. Still appreciate everybody out there watching whenever the race finishes. I'm going to get our league owner and manufacturer of everything that is going on with this league, Corey Doss, on the horn, and we're going to talk a little bit about what they plan with the league, and talk a little bit about how he got involved with the sponsors, and we will, of course, find out what the schedule is going to be like coming up very, very shortly with the DSR Whelen Modified Series, and a lot of fun to go iRacing. And if you haven't done it, again, go to iRacing.com and download all the software. You can get started today. Low monthly subscriptions. There are promotional codes out there that you can get. I think it's like 35 or 50% off your subscriptions or something. It's just crazy. I'll make sure I look up some promo codes and make sure we can put those out there for everybody who want to get involved with iRacing. It comes with quite a few cars and tracks as a standard feature, but of course, in order to get and actually this Whelen Modified that you're seeing right here is one of the included, and this Legacy track from Phoenix is included as well. But if you want to race some of the bigger series like the Gander Mountain Series or the which is the truck series for NASCAR, if you want to race Formula One, you kind of got to upgrade to a few of the different vehicles and tracks, and you'll be able to race with everybody, licenses and race classes and a whole bunch of stuff. So a lot of fun to get out there and put your big steering wheel on your kitchen table or whatever rig setup that you can get with your computer and run with everybody. You can run with these guys, run with some of the professionals out there, some of the big drivers. We're talking about Denny Hamlin in the chat. And get out there and run with William Byron. You never know who you're going to run with out there with all of these public servers that are going on. This platform, this simulator is all around the world. So the pace car is off, and we're going back to green flag racing with 13 laps to go right here from Legacy Phoenix as the 3 of Matt Lovett gets a big jump on the line. The 15 inside the 77 right behind him. 0.3 of a second as they had to hit the backstretch, but going into turn 3, the 77 of Granger up to the second spot, carrying a lot of speed on the front stretch. Not going to give an inch. Going to push as hard as he can to gain all of those spots back after being in 5th spot before the checkup from the 14, having to go sideways a little bit. Lovett still leading with the 77 of Granger behind him. Ryan Kelly in the 15 in 3rd. Thomas Rule, our 00 in 4th. And Chris Andretta in the 25. He's sitting in the 5th spot right now. As we start lap 50, the 15 of Ryan Kelly, you saw it there, got into the wall and rolled it like it was an airplane in the middle of the sky on a dogfight. Matt Love is your leader currently as we are back under caution once again. Waiting for our replay to come back up. I know that we saw it, but it was pretty stinking cool. Right along with the 15 as he gets loose right there, and that is where he flips, splits the field. Everybody goes around him. Good job avoiding the field. As we're going to go back to our race leader. Matt Levitt sitting up front right now, waiting for everybody to line up that double file. Like to be able to dial him up, but we don't have him on the channel right now to be able to do that. That's okay. We've got quite a few drivers out there. 77 of Curtis Granger sitting in 2nd spot right now. The 00 of Rule in 3rd. Andretta the 25 in 4th spot. And Ruben Atis, see his name up there now as the 59 sits in 5th position. Running through the field, Levi Cox on 14th. And that will put Cody Cox back on the lead lap again, getting the lucky dog. Coming around as we complete lap 52 under caution. One more round and then lights will go off, and then we should be going back to green with 6 to go right here from Legacy Phoenix, the 2008 version, with the DSR Whelen Modified Tour brought to you by INNOVOX. Quick reminder about INNOVOX. INNOVOX Solutions is a developer and distributor of superior oxidative disinfecting solutions for use in both the home and workplace. Our goal at INNOVOX is to provide products that quickly eliminate bacteria, viruses, mold, mildew, odors, and allergens from the environments that could potentially cause health threats without exposing users to harsh chemicals and harmful residues. Find out more information about INNOVOX Solutions. Go to INNOVOXsolutions.com. And of course, and always, go to iRacing.com. Go to Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you share this out to all of your friends and family out there. Get a bunch of likes. Invite people to the group so they can watch us. Go to YouTube and follow us there. Soon to be a new channel for the group for DSR. We're going to create a new YouTube channel for it. So very shortly, you'll be able to see that. And then, of course, and always, on Twitch, make sure you follow us and, of course, give us a donate button. Hit that donate button down there and donate to the cause. There's a cause down there, and you can see it on what we're trying to do. You can do any forms of ways that you want to. Always appreciate everybody out there watching and listening. I'm sorry I've not been keeping up with the messages as we're back to green flag racing. Yes, we are. 6 to go as the 3 of Matt Lovett gets a fantastic jump, having to carry that speed up high with the 77 of Granger right behind him. Thomas Rule in a 00 carrying that 3rd spot on the inside. But Chris Andretta in the 25 is going to give him a run for his money on the outside. 2x2 from front on, from one on back, as the 77 is going to try to take the high line from the 3, as the 3 carries heavy into the corner. The 77 right on his tail. 5 to go right here from Legacy Phoenix with the Whelen Modified Series. 3 carrying inside, 77 carrying high speed as a dive down from Levi Cox in the 14. You can't win it on the first lap, but he's sure going to try to win it on the last one as he dives all the way inside of the 25 of Van Dreden, slides up the field. You see 2x2 racing as the 77 putting a lot of pressure on the 3 to either make a move, try to find that line and stick it. 77 carrying a lot of speed, but the 14 carrying heavy on the inside. Going to go inside the 77 as we are 4 to go on the backstretch. The 14 of Levi Cox making headroom as he is passing the field, passing 5 cars to make it 2x2 at the line as the 3 leads that lap, but the 14 looking to pull that inside line together and try to pass him as the 25 of Chris Andretta takes 3rd away from the 77 of Curtis Granger. The 13 of Rodney Matney has moved up to 5th position. The 14 was trying to make a move, and the caution has come out. We didn't see what happened there, but we're going to find out what happened there. Donald Wooden shows that he went off the track, so the number 4 falling all the way back. Let's go back and take a look at this real quick, because it's hard racing. The 4 of Donald Wooden getting low, getting just a little touch, a little bumper push right there from, and I didn't see the car, but getting a little bumper touch and getting turned sideways, as that's a shame. He was running a good line, got a little loose, but got a little assistance at the end of it. Going to go back to our leader roll fast, and we'll get back to the live proceedings as the number 3 of Lovett is out front. Currently with Levi Cox in the number 14. Before we get back to green flag racing, let's dial up Levi Cox in that number 14. Levi, this is Jason of the broadcast booth. How you doing out there?
Doing well. How are you?
Oh, we're doing great up here. We just watched you pass 5 cars to put a lot of pressure on that number 3. Are you going to be able to take him at the end, or are you going to try to put the pressure on him so that way he makes a mistake?
I think it depends on how the start goes. I'd like to be at least on his outside so he can't swing wide here. And if I can swing wide, that's my bread and butter. It seems like getting off 2 right there. So we'll see what we can do with him here. It should be interesting.
Well, keep up the good passing out there. We just watched you have some exciting racing passing cars, so we appreciate you, and good luck on the restart with a green-white checker coming your way.
10-4. Hope it goes all to plan.
All righty, Levi Cox there in the number 14. You're going to start on the outside of Matt Lovett in that number 3, making some solid moves, solid gestures, passing everybody on the inside. That would seem like his line just kind of fell in place while they were still trying to get organized on the last 4 laps. But the race isn't over with a green-white checker. We're going to have the Number 3 of Matt Lovett going to be the inside of Levi Cox in the 14 of that front row. They're going to have Chris Andretta in the number 25, who has moved up quite a few positions as well over the course of the race. Curtis Granger in the number 77, always been a contender up front. Ran very well, led a few laps as well, and has continued to stay in the top 5. And Ruben Atis is his position's been around the 5, 6, 7 position in the upper third to middle third right there in the 59. And Rodney Matney in the number 13 doing a great job. But an honorable mention real quick, the Corey Doss went from just 2 cautions ago from 1 lap down, now up to 7th position. And don't count anybody out. Because once that white flag waves, all bets are off. As the pace lights are off on the pace car, you're going to start seeing them dive down to the inside. And we're going to go back to green flag racing right here. Green, white checker, green, 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 as the number 3 takes off. The 14 trying to carry that weight on the outside. Couldn't do it just there, but as we saw before, the line kind of came in, but 2 to go right here with the Legacy Phoenix, the DSR Whelen Modified, brought to you by INNOVOX Solutions. A lot of pressure from the 14 as the 3 leads it. 14 carrying a lot of speed, but wanting that inside line. Gets a little loose. The 3 now has a comfortable lead outside the 14. The 14 was trying to make it work, make it stick, run a heck of a high line, but the 14 still carrying a lot of speed. The 77 outside. Battle for second and third as they hit the front stretch. 77 into the wall. 14 into the wall. The number 3 is your winner, Matt Lovett, right there, holding off all of the contenders, keeping everybody in check, and following behind him. Congratulations to Matt Lovett on winning the preseason race with the DSR Whelen Modified Series, brought to you by INNOVOX Solutions, of course. A little opportunity for his burnout coming up right here. And you're going to see a lot of fun happening right here. These things can really, really, really put it. Oh, and everybody wrecks. He was going to do a burnout. Now you're going to see the see him nose to nose right there. So let's take a look at the results. The unofficial results right here from the Phoenix Legacy Raceway. Matt Lovett, your winner. Chris Andretta comes in second place. Ruben Atis, your third place finisher there. Levi Cox, who we spoke to, ended up finishing fourth with Rodney Matney, a solid 5th position. And there you see your top 10. And William Karp was you see him up there, he was our race official today, so you're going to see him a lot of laps down. But all the way down to George Jackson finishing 5 laps down, with Thomas Rule finishing 5 laps down. So we appreciate everybody watching the race. What we're going to do is we're going to go all the way back, and I'm going to pull in in just a second, we're going to pull in our administrator, and we're going to see about getting a little chit-chat with him before we let everybody go. So to let you know what's going on in the DSR Racing Series here. Let's hop on over there. All right, Corey Doss is going to be the guy that we're going to be talking to. Just watched him drive. Had to move some things around, but I've got Corey Doss here in the broadcast booth with me. Corey, what a fantastic start to the DSR Whelen Modified Series brought to us by INNOVOX Solutions, of course. How'd you enjoy your first race with all of these guys in this preseason match?
Oh man, I had a blast. These cars are fun to drive at track. It was more challenging than I expected it to be, but I like what I see, and I think we're going to have a good season ahead.
So, Corey, I wanted to bring you on, of course. We talked a little bit earlier about all of this, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to talk to all the folks listening out there on our 4 platforms that we have going on, 2 YouTube channels, the Facebook channel, and, of course, on Twitch, on what you guys are going to be doing with the league. I spoke a little bit about it during the broadcast, but you can shed a little bit more detail being that you're the league owner and running things here.
Yeah, we just, I got on here and got to looking for a Wheeling League, and there wasn't anything available, so I talked to a few friends and said, hey, let's put something together just for fun, and we ran some recruitment races, and we've had INNOVOX Solutions. They messaged us and said we'd like to be the main sponsor of the league, and so we're going to put together a 10-race season. We'll have 8 regular season races, followed by 2 playoff races. We've got a good little schedule going of races that we're going to run. And just, I think everybody's super excited. I heard a lot of positive feedback tonight during the race from people, and just looking to have a good time in these fun cars.
Well, we do know that with these cars that that once they wear, they start getting a little bit slick. And for a preseason race, 8 cautions for 31 laps, we kind of expected that. But as things start to progress, we see. I think that I saw on the league roster, there's about 20 drivers, 24 drivers, or something like that. Are you guys accepting any more drivers, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take, you can put 43 in a race. I'll put 43 in a race. If we have 43 cars to show up to race, I think it'd be great. Make the field even better, give us a little more competition. And these cars, this track coming off of 2, there was no grip with brand new tires, warmed up tires, old tires. It didn't matter. So I think every wreck we had was probably coming out of 2. But yeah, if anybody wants to come race with us, just look us up on Facebook and click like, and then look us up on iRacing.
So when you go into the league settings, of course, you search in at DSR Whelen Modified, and you'll find it there. And you can also do that on Facebook, Facebook groups, and you'll see them there as well. And you got paired up with INNOVOX Solutions. How did that relationship kind of start?
Well, the gentleman that reached out to me, he actually just showed up in one of the recruitment races, and I was talking to him about starting up a league, and he said if I had any questions, just message him, and me and him got to talking, and I told several people that it's just going to be a fun league, no money, nothing like that, and they just stepped in and said, hey, we'd like to get our name out there to this audience that's going right now with this, and give everybody a little more incentive to show up and race and make it a better league.
Well, our hats off to INNOVOX Solutions for being that main headline sponsor for us, and we definitely appreciate them. Of course, go to INNOVOXSolutions.com to find out more information about what they do and how they help impact basically just everyone. They've got a lot of healthcare cleaning solutions and ionizers and things like that. Just go on the website and take a look at what they do, of course. And then DSR Whelen Modified Series. That's the series that you're watching. What nights are we going to be racing, and when can people look forward to getting the season start?
We're looking at starting within the next 2 weeks. There's a few leagues wrapping up, and a few people have some loose ends they're trying to get tied up. And right now we're looking mostly probably for Thursday nights, but it may end up changing, but more than likely it'll be Thursday night.
Well, it sounds like Thursday nights are going to be the night for everybody to check out the DSR Whelen Modified Series brought to us by INNOVOX Solutions. And, of course, this is Jason with Signature TV and all of the fantastic broadcasts that we do as well with Corey Das. I'm going to let you go, buddy. Congratulations on a successful preseason race, and we look forward to the next one.
Hey, I appreciate it. You have a good night, man.
You too. Corey Das right there. And one more time, I want to make sure that I sign off with you guys, and go ahead and like and share us all over the platforms that are out there, like the group, follow the group, and share all of these broadcasts out to everybody out there. The more that we share, the bigger that we grow, the more that we can offer these drivers to get in here and have an incentive. Of course, they put a lot of money and investment into what they do with it, but at the same time, they have a lot of fun and they get very competitive. So you're going to see a lot of competitive racing, as you saw tonight, as the 14 was trying to make a move on our winner, Matt Lovett. Fantastic finish to the race. You couldn't ask for a better race, of course, and always. And then go on our YouTube page, like it, and you can share that to your personal as well. Share all of our broadcasts. Follow us on Twitch. Donate to the cause. And I appreciate you again, Jason, right here with the DSR Whelen Modified Series brought to you by INNOVOX Solutions. I appreciate you, and have a great night. We look forward to seeing you in the next one.